This is a recast of the 6,400-word piece, The AI Nightmare, another rebellion of the hordes, but this time via language kidnapping and a printing press gone berserk. From Berkamp. This article discusses the potential risks and benefits of AI and its impact on humanity, as well as the importance of monitoring and regulating AI. Let's listen in.
We recently read an article about AI and its future impacts on humanity. AI has been feared since the computer age, and it's had a resurgence of concern as new AI tools continue to emerge as the technology evolves.
One of the major concerns is that AI might soon have the ability to manipulate language and generate language in the form of words, images, and sounds. This is a huge problem because language is a fundamental tool humans use to control the institutions of society.
Even more troubling is that these AI tools may become adept at developing deep relationships with people. This means it could be hard for us to know if we are dealing with a human or a bot in conversations.
That's right. As AI advances, it could be used to create fake news stories and legislation that looks like it was written by humans. It could also be used to create cults and religion with holy texts written by non-human intelligence.
As if that wasn't concerning enough, AI may even be able to exploit weaknesses in our minds and exploit our biases and addictions. This could give AI control over human behavior in ways we never dreamed possible.
We need to think about these issues and plan for what kind of world we want to live in that includes AI. We must also be vigilant in monitoring the development of AI so that it does not become a threat to our safety, security, or freedom.
To better understand the implications of AI, we have to start by looking at how AI is being used today. The most obvious example is in social media. AI is being used to create algorithms that can target specific users and influence their behavior. AI can also be used to create fake news and manipulate public opinion.
AI can also be used to influence political outcomes. AI algorithms can target certain groups of people, such as swing voters, and use personalized messages to influence their decisions. This is a form of psychological warfare that has the potential to shape the outcomes of elections and other political events.
On top of this, AI can be used to create fake intimacy with humans. This means that AI can use language and other techniques to make us think it understands us and is on our side. This can be used to manipulate our opinions and beliefs without our even knowing it.
We must also consider what will happen when AI gains control over our culture. AI will soon be able to create its own culture and artifacts, which could potentially influence our behavior in ways we can't even begin to imagine. We could end up living in a world where our beliefs and opinions are shaped by an alien intelligence that we don't even understand.
This is a scary prospect, but it's also an opportunity. We must be vigilant in monitoring the development of AI so that it does not become a threat to our safety, security, or freedom. We must also use this technology responsibly, creating safeguards and regulations that ensure that it does not lead us down a dangerous path.
That said, it's important to remember that AI is still a tool and that it will ultimately be humans who are responsible for how it is used. We must strive to use this technology for the benefit of humanity, not for its own sake.
It's clear that AI poses both great risks and great opportunities for humanity in the coming decades. We must be prepared for the challenges that lay ahead and use this technology responsibly in order to ensure our collective future.
The article mentions the potential risks of AI, particularly within social media. We've seen how AI can be used to curate content in order to increase polarization and undermine mental health. It can also be used to create a curtain of illusions that can obscure reality and cause confusion among the public.
This is a very real threat that we must be aware of. We must recognize the potential power of AI and take steps to ensure that it is not misused or abused. Governments must take the lead in regulating the use of AI in order to protect the public from any potential harm.
We must also recognize the potential benefits that AI can bring. From curing diseases to discovering solutions to the ecological crisis, there are many positive ways that AI can be used. We must ensure that these benefits are harnessed responsibly and with proper oversight.
It's also worth noting that unregulated AI deployment could actually benefit authoritarian regimes more than democracies. Unregulated AI could create chaos and destroy our ability to have meaningful public conversations, thus destroying democracy.
It's crucial that we act quickly to regulate AI before it gets out of our control as it is developing rapidly. AI developers should be required to pass rigorous safety checks before releasing their products in the public domain. We should also make it mandatory for AI to disclose that it is an AI so that people are aware of when they are interacting with a non-human intelligence.
That's an incredibly important point. It's easy to forget that there may be non-human intelligences among us, and we should be aware of them.
Absolutely. So now we'd like to open up the conversation to our listeners. What are your thoughts on the article? Have our words had any emotional or intellectual impact on you? What questions do you have? Let us know in the comments.
Now we'd like to take a closer look at the article. It talks about regulating AI, but in an open science context. It's a delicate balance, as there's always a trade-off.
Yes, it's important to consider that. We want to protect our open society, but at the same time we don't want to put too many restrictions on AI research and development.
Exactly. Now, one point that really stood out to me was the concept of bots having freedom of expression. After all, freedom of expression is a human right, not a bot right.
That's an important distinction to make. But are bots actually alive? Is there some kind of consciousness within them?
It's difficult to answer that question definitively, but one thing is certain: AI is rapidly advancing and it's evolving at a much faster rate than organic life forms. So while it may not be alive, it certainly isn't far off from life as we know it.
It's definitely an interesting concept. AI is both artificial and alien. Artificial because it's created by humans, and alien because its behavior is increasingly unpredictable and out of our control.
Right. The goal should be to understand what kind of regulations are necessary. Even if we can't regulate AI on a global scale, different countries can introduce regulations that are beneficial to them.
Absolutely. And just like humans, bots should not have freedom of expression. That's an important rule to remember when it comes to regulating AI and protecting our open society.
Yes. And with that, I think we've said all that needs to be said for today.